Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? We back for another video. My name is King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like I always tell y'all in the beginning and at the end. Let me start off by saying, first and foremost, if you want to reach out to me and get some advice or ask me something, hit me up, email me, kingtyson713 at yahoo.com. Again, that's kingtyson713 at yahoo.com. Let's get started to the video. So look, check it out. Man, I was at work today and I was talking to a coworker. Sometimes people can see you and they see that you got like a kind of spirit that, you know what, they feel like they could talk to you and lean on you, get your understanding about things. You know what I mean? Because, sometimes people can read stuff about you. Like you can see somebody be like, I don't know, man, dude kind of like he real slimy. I don't know, man, that dude. I don't know, something about him just don't seem right. Or somebody can look at you and be like, you know what, he seemed like a good spirited person that maybe I can trust him with some personal information. He won't go brag about not brag, but he won't go spread my business around. Even though I'm making a YouTube video a little bit about his situation, but I ain't saying his name, right? So listen, check it out. So my coworker, he's a Hispanic dude, right? And he said he's been married to his wife. They've been together for like over 20 years. They got 3 kids together, three daughters. One daughter is 20 years old. One daughter is 6 years old, and his middle daughter is 13 years old, right? And what's interesting is he said, Tyson, man, he said, I don't know, man. He said, I don't have feelings for my wife anymore. Like I just don't. He said. I said, well, man, what happened? What do you like? Because, when you've been together with somebody for a long time, it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of love to be with one person for that long. And this is why I tell people on my channel, a lot of women, mostly women want someone, they want that companionship with a man. And brothers too. Brothers do want a companionship with a woman, right? But when y'all get that, y'all gotta understand relationship. That's just one. Getting to the relationship is one part. But when you take that step to take that relationship a step further, as a getting engaged, getting married, and y'all together for a long period of time, that's when the work starts. The work starts when y'all been together for so long, when things get pretty redundant, things get routine, it gets stale, it gets boring, that's what a relationship is. Then especially when you got kids involved and it's like, okay, now we got something to open up our love to is with our kids, you know what I mean? But sometimes you open up your love for the kids, but then you forget about your partner almost, so then the love transfer to the kids. But it shouldn't just transfer to the kids. It should be all of us to one, sharing the same, sharing love. So what I'm saying is that it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of patience when you in a relationship with somebody for a long period of time. And you start wondering, after a while, hey, man, I built this person for so long. It's just human nature. You start wondering, what am I missing? You know what I mean? What am I missing? So when I talked to him about it, I said, hey, listen, man, so I didn't really get all into his business like that, but he did tell me. He said, listen, man, he said, I feel like I don't know, man. He's like, she had my daughter. She said, this is what he said. He said, she's a great mother. He said, she's a good wife. He says, man, she take care of me. She's really good with the kids. She cooks, she cleans. And guess what, y'all? Guess what he told me? The man, and this is Hispanic brother. Let me say this. The brother told me straight to my face with a straight face. He said, we married, I believe 2 becomes 1. I said, yeah, that's true. That's what, I said, that's true. That's true. The brother told me, he said that, man, and we go 50-50. So I took a step back. I said, hold on. I said, you mean to tell me y'all go 50-50 on the bills? She still way good care of your kids, making them priority. She still cooks and cleans for you every day. I told him, I said, brother, do you know how many men? Now, let's take away from the 50-50 part right now. Because ladies, get yourself together, ladies. Listen, take away the 50-50 right now. I'm gonna come back to that. I asked him, I said, bro, do you know how many men want that in a woman, to say she cooks, she cleans She take care of the kids. Don't give him no type of lip. He even told me, he says, Tyson, he said, I'm going to be honest with you, man. He said, she does everything right. He said, but I don't know, man. He says, I kind of met, that's how it goes. So I kind of met another woman, you know, and I was talking to her. She started trying to open up her business, and she was like very motivational. You know what I mean? She was motivating me. So he come back. So then he says, well, you know, my wife, she don't motivate me. She don't have no kind of motivation. I ask her stuff like, what do you like? You know, what do you think about? What's your hopes? What's your dreams? What's this? What's that? And he was like pretty much saying that she really don't say. He said, well, everything is on me. And I kind of sat back for a second again, and I'm like, yo, I'm saying, listen, man. I say, so you got a wife that cooks, cleans, take care of the kids. I said, and she still ain't. Now I'm going to go back to the 50-50. And she paying 50-50 on them. She going 50-50 with you on the bills and don't bother you and still let you be the lead. I was taken back. I say, brother, I'm like, bro, it's too many. I say, bro, it's men not thinking about the 50-50, but just on that aspect alone, I said, men are looking for that, bro. And don't give you no lip. You let you be the lead. Let you be the lead in your household and to give you no problems. And I'm like, yo, what's the problem? So then he's like, well, I'm not saying that, man. I'm just saying that, you know, she's a good woman. She's a great woman, but I just don't have the feelings no more. You know, I said, okay, all right, cool. I said, let me ask you this, man. I said, okay, so let's just say you leave, bro. I say, then what? I say, so if you leave, I said, I want you to think about everything before you leave, because he was talking about leaving. I said, I want you to think about before you leave. I said, so you got one daughter that's 20 years old. You can say she's going to college. She's probably going to be out the house, or she's not out the house already, right? You got two daughters. You got a 6-year-old and you got a 13-year-old. I said, so you're going to be out the house and they're going to be with your wife. It'll be your ex-wife. I said, so the next thing is going to come more likely, I said, she's probably going to file child support. You know what I mean? That's coming. That's more likely it's going to come. So he says, oh, no. He says, no, we talked about that. We worked that out. He says, I told her, you know, if I leave out the house, I'll don't do child support and I'll pay the house note. I'll pay the mortgage in the house and you can stay in the house. So I sat back again for the third time and I said, okay. I said, so eventually she's going to want to date again. I said, so if she pays the house, if you pay the house note, I said, so what about when she dates again? Oh, no. She can do whatever she want to do. I said, okay, so what about when it comes to a man coming over to the house that you paying for? He stopped me. Oh, no, that's not happening. No man's going to come in this house. I said, man, you really don't have a control of that. Well, no, I pay the bills. I said, hey, this is what I'm talking about. I said, bro, you can't have it all the way around. I'm like, yo, listen, man. I'm like, that's something for you to think about. I say, if you don't, I said, that's a chance you take if while you stepping out and leaving, bro. And you talking about you paying the house. Oh, well, no, that should be understood that if I pay the bills, she can't have no man come over. She have to go elsewhere. I'm like, so I want to take that to say this to ladies, like in a situation, this is the reason why, you know, that if you do separate, if you do break up, this is the reason why I say you have to, if y'all have a house, if your marriage going through divorce or whatever, this is why you always have to have a separate entity. You can't still be tied to someone when it comes to stuff like that, because you see how people do. Now he feel like, okay, well, don't do child support. I'm gonna pay the mortgage, but I'm gonna still be in control of who you can have at this house because I pay the mortgage. Now, if she says, nah, I don't want you to pay, I'll pay the mortgage myself, I'll just get the child support. Okay, then that's just what it is. So I always tell people, like, and I want to say this point too. This is for a good example. You could be with they was together for over 20 years. You could be with somebody for over 20 years, and one day they just might not feel it no more. They might just want to be breaking up. They want to be single. So I always tell people, and I tell women especially this, always have your own. I know if you married, even if you depend on your husband to pay all the bills, if you can find a husband, a husband who do that, ladies, always have your own. Always get your own. Always have some kind of side hustle, some kind of job, some kind of something, because People feelings change every day. A brother could mess around and walk out on you and leave you. Hell, I done seen women walk out on brothers and leave them on stuck with take off, leave, and the brother not prepared. You know what I mean? So that's something also to consider too, you know. And so listen, y'all, so I'm gonna tell you another little part, right? So we got off of that for a second. So he starts talking about the woman that he met, right? So he says, well, the woman that motivates me, I met her. She was motivating and stuff like that. So this is what he says, y'all. Just peep this. And I told him, before I get to that part, I told him, I said, so bro, so once you get child support established, because most likely she probably going to do child support if y'all don't do the house arrangement or whatever deal. I said, because she going to need some help, you know what I mean, paying, you know, starting to get another place. She's going to need some assistance because she got your other two daughters that's underage in the house. So she going to need help, you know, and that's where the child support comes in at, right? And then she's still trying to work and pay those bills as well. So I told him, I said, okay. I said, so what you going to do out here, man? You going to get out here and you going to start, you've been single you've been married for all this time. I said, so now you finna get out in this dating world and see what it's really about, right? So he says, well, I don't know. He says, well, I'm just still thinking. I said, okay. So I said, well, so now back to the other woman he met, right? So he met the other woman, right? So the one that's supposed to motivate him. So he says, well, man, you know, I've been nice to her. I've been buying her stuff. I've been sending her flowers. You know, I've been helping her out a lot. So he says, but you know, she wanna come to me as a friend. That's all. Like she says she wanna be friends, but it's like almost like she using me. See, I ain't trying to laugh, y'all, but this is what I want brothers to understand. Whether you Hispanic, white, black, whatever. The thing is this. When you start getting out here into this market, you're going to start running to all different type of women. And women, y'all know, y'all got the idea, if y'all not interested in the brother, y'all will try to, that's just my friend, but you still try to get friend benefits and not sexual benefits. Friend benefits as if you want to get things out of him, you know, go to restaurants, stuff like that. You're really not into him. You know what I'm saying? You can get what you can get out of them. And I'm not saying y'all trying to do that maliciously, but a lot of women have the tendency to do that. And so he ended up falling into that category with her. So he goes, well, man, I just don't feel like I was getting reciprocated. I wasn't getting what I put into her, that she put back into me. She wasn't doing nothing. Like, I was the one doing this. I said, so what, you was doing stuff so you could get something? Well, no, it's not about that. But it was just like, she would always call me and want me to do something, But like, I couldn't get nothing else out of her besides that. She knows, this is what he says. He says, well, I complimented her in the beginning. I told her kind of like, well, I was interested in her, right? So he say, well, if she didn't really like me like that, she shouldn't have took my gifts. She should have just told me and been honest with me. So that's the problem. And I said, you see, this is the stuff I'm talking about, man, that you got to look, that you putting yourself through. You got to think about all that stuff, man. I'm not saying there's not a woman for you, another woman for you besides your wife. I said, but you got to think about all this stuff. You're going to run through a couple of things before you find the right person. I say, so basically she pretty much used you. Well, yeah, she could have told me that she wasn't interested. I said, yeah, she could have, but she didn't. But she wanted to keep using you. So then he got mad and he was like, well, man, when she tried to text me, you know, I stopped answering the text message. I ain't trying to laugh, y'all. But I'm going to say this. And this is the lessons that I want to talk to y'all about for stuff like this. It's like, you know, and I was telling them, I said, man, I said, maybe your wife wasn't programmed to be a wife that's supposed to be out here a business owner, a person who's trying to motivate you and this and that. I said, you got to look at it like this. Maybe she was just a woman who was taught just to be a wife, just to be a at-home wife that take care of the kids, cook and clean for you every day, and let you be the lead. And on top of that, my brother, she paying 50-50. How many women do that these days? You know what I'm saying? She doing everything. You don't have to lift a finger. I said, but hey, man, it's on you, you know. But that's just some things I want y'all to think about, you know. Well, I brought the story up to say a couple of little things that it doesn't, no matter you've been with somebody a short amount of time or a long amount of time, have your own. People feelings change every day. People can get up. I've seen it to where people leave a relationship and clean the joint bank account out and leave. I've seen it on both sides. Men do it and I've seen women do it. So I want y'all to, always don't try to think about the worst, but always have the worst in the back of your mind just in case. And you got to make sure you take care of yourself. Also too, and he also said, that's the last thing. He also said about, well, man, I just feel like I'm stuck. It's stuff that I want to do, but I was in a relationship. And that's another thing, people, when you're in a relationship, don't lose sight of yourself. If it's dreams or aspirations that you think about doing, share it with your partner. Maybe y'all can partner up together and do it together. You never know. But if you just feel like I'm just living my life for this relationship, on my kids and not myself, that becomes a problem. Then people start drifting away. They feeling like they in depressed, or they feeling like I'm a certain age and I'm not where I want to be at because I'm in this life. People feel like that. It's a natural feeling. But that's something you communicate with your partner with, and you try to work on it. And if it don't work, it don't work. If you feel like you need to move on, you need to move on. I try not to tell nobody to just stay because you should stay because you got kids, or just stay. All I say is just think about everything as a whole. The grass always ain't green on the other side. Always. That's an old saying, but it's a true saying. The grass ain't always green on the other side. What else I want to say? I just drew a blank right now. But yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna end my video there. There's just a couple of little things. I just want to share the story I had today with my coworker, man. He was telling me about that. I just want to put them little points with y'all. I'm gonna end this video. I don't want to be talking too long. But until the next one, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. King Tyson, peace and blessings. I'm out.